Hey guys, it's Jenny. Welcome back to the Bookworms Buddy. It is time for Tackle My TBR. Okay guys, welcome back. Welcome new subscribers. Thanks to all of you for your continued support. So, last week, as you can imagine, was super busy with Thanksgiving and all the family coming over. And then we had a family emergency with our 2.5-year-old grandson, which was a nightmare. So needless to say, because of all of this stuff happening, I only got one book read. My mind was too frazzled to even focus on reading. And the book that I read before Thanksgiving, and I did manage to pick up another book, and then yeah, everything just going on, and I'm happy to report my grandson is fine now. Doctors really just did a great job taking care of him, and he is completely well again. He's back to his old self. So I can get back to my old self too. Anyway, so the first book that I read was Does It Hurt by H.D. Carlton. I really enjoyed the Adeline duet that she wrote, so I decided I would try this book. And not as good as the duet was. I didn't really like the main character at all. His name was Enzo. In the story, we are following Sawyer, and she escaped from a bad situation with just the clothes on her back, shoes on her feet, and that was it. And to, take care of herself, she was pretty much stealing from people, taking their identities. She was really good at, doing that kind of thing, and that's the only way she could survive. And then she ends up meeting Enzo, and they have a really good day together. And, he really enjoys her company and such, and she does the same thing to him and splits. Well, Enzo ends up finding her, and he's going to make her pay. So they end up out on his boat, and they run into really bad weather, and they end up at this lighthouse with this man who, he lost his family and such, and I don't want to tell you too much to give the story away, but they're there, and he puts them up in a room in this lighthouse that he has manned for many, many years, and things just don't seem quite right with this old man. And come to find out, Sawyer really enjoys his company. Enzo does not. He feels something is off. And then, of course, this hatred now that Enzo is feeding because of what Sawyer did to him, and just all kinds of stuff. And there's a huge mystery that is wrapped around this man and this lighthouse and all that stuff, the history, and that's all I'm going to tell you. I don't want to give away too much. Now, Sawyer, you'd think that would be the person that I really didn't like. And, I mean, she did what she had to do to survive. There's a lot of people out there that do things, because that's the only thing they know. And they're just, trying to thrive and trying to make their way. And, more times than not, you're going to get yourself into a sticky situation. And then Enzo is just, he's one of those characters where you like him 1 second, and then the next second you just loathe him. That was Enzo. And I ended up really not liking him for most of the time. I thought he was very egotistical. Just, I don't know, his mannerisms and things he would do. Just, I don't know why Sawyer just wouldn't, walk away. And a lot of these dark romances, that's usually what happened. They want to leave, but they just can't because they're so drawn, and blah, 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 blah kind of thing. And that's exactly how this story was. So, seeing where Sawyer just really wasn't fighting against Enzo just, you know, that kind of was a turn off for me. The story itself was good, and the story surrounding this man at the lighthouse was good and eerie, and you know, all those good things wrapped up into kind of like a thriller story. But like I said, there was a lot of mystery surrounding him, and these two are trying to piece things together, and Sawyer's kind of fighting the whole way through it. Like, she doesn't believe that, you know, this man has issues and such and stuff like that. So yeah, I ended up giving it 3 stars. It didn't pop as much. I guess a lot has to do with me not liking who Enzo was. I think in the Haunting one, I liked our male protagonist a little bit more often than hating him. But it's hard to not like these characters when they are so sadistic. So yeah, I ended up giving it 3 stars. I mean, it's worth the read, you know, but again, very dark. Not as dark as The Haunting Adeline was, because people said that this one was even more dark, but there was a lot of different elements not in this story that was in that duet. So, not as dark. But anyway, 3 stars for that. And then I ended up picking up Undertow. This is by Michael Buckley. I am only on chapter 3, so I'm just going to have to read to you guys the, I'll read the synopsis to you in here, because I don't know everything about it. So, it says, Lyric Walker's life forever changed the night she witnesses the arrival of the Alpha, or the First Men. The world's initial wonder and awe over the new race quickly turns into paranoia and fear, transforming her hometown of Coney Island into a military zone with violence bubbling just beneath the surface. Despite her best efforts, Lyric is thrust into the middle of the clash of civilization when the Alpha teenagers are forced into her high school, and she is recruited to help their crown prince, a battle-scarred boy named Fathom, adjust to life as an American teenager. Fathom is full of anger, and violence follows him everywhere, yet she finds herself drawn to him again. Their love, however, is a dangerous one, with forces on both sides working to keep them apart, and it threatens to expose a shocking secret Lyric and her family have been keeping since she was a baby. And while the world sees the Alpha as an invading army, Lyric discovers that they are in fact humanity's only hope of survival, because there's something much more terrifying than the Alpha, and it's on its way. So, I mean, it sounded really good to me, and it is a U for my A through Z challenge. So, I want to get this book finished early in this week. Hopefully, I can just get the mindset back to reading, because last week was just not a good week. November in itself just was not a good month for us. So, anyway, if you guys have read either one of these books that I talked about today, let me know what your thoughts were down in the comments below. But that's about all I have for you. Thanks for staying tuned, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.